It's night time. I've had to put the torches on because there's still no powers. I've started the assembly of the charge controller. So what I've done is, I don't know if you can see, at the bottom I've created the link between the two power sources. So you create a bridge to that, and then all your earths go to the back of the box. The earths aren't involved in this at all. The earths sit at the back. So I've created, as you can see, I've earthed one already. This is going to be the out or the load. So this is going to go back to my electrical distribution box. I didn't put the plug on. I've got the plug separated somewhere here. I've took the plug off. I need to drill 2 holes, one for the load and 2 for the power supplies, one from shore power and one from the generator, which will be plugged in directly, which I believe I've left. Nope, have I? Oh no, here. So this will be going into the socket of the van to run the internal power. And I'm tempted just to knock it on the head, but the knobhead in me is determined to keep going, even though it's freezing. I don't know what temperature it's meant to be. It's about 7 degrees. The heat's still residual from when I ran the gas hob for a bit. So feck it, I'm just going to mount the generator switch controller to the back wall, and I'll be able to access it from behind the passenger seat, so it won't get accidentally knocked or anything else like that. And I'm going to put a socket down there as well, and that's going to be for my projector, which is currently running from the jackery. When it runs low, I've showed you before in that video here how I wired in the projector. Can undo all that, snip all the cables and rewire it from its original cable, potentially, possibly not, I don't know. That's a problem for another Darren in the future. Sorry about that if you're looking at this later. So let's make some holes in this down here. I'll show you where I'm going to put them. So the charger controller is going to go on the other side of this panel down there, and I'm putting another socket in here. I did originally plan to put it there, but as you can see, it will hit the seatbelt bracket. Even here it might be a little bit snug, but I don't know. That's a tomorrow problem. I'd like just to get things going with this, or do I? Because ideally I'd like to get all this wired up. So this is coming from my shore power, as you can see. It comes in through there. That will go through that gap. I'm going to drill a hole that side, well, 2 holes, one from the generator and one from this, sorry, the inverter and this. And then I'm going to have another hole coming back in to plug into this unit, which is the heart of the van, the motorhome. I've put the straps in, ready for the lids. I haven't got the lids on, obviously. I've redone this to fit onto these. As I said earlier, none of this is live, nothing's connected. So all of these, that's probably going to go on the big yoke there. And then the smaller ones all fit. There's one more around there to go onto there. And then I've got the heavy duty one to go onto the plus, out of the way, onto the inverter. And then the negative will be coming from all the way from this negative. So the positive from that battery and the negative to that battery. And these two will be linked, and these two will be linked. And I've already created, I've got those ready to go. So that's a short one, and that's the longer one to go around and in. Moody. Got a cold. I've hardly eaten. Side note, I'm doing the Monjaro, whatever they're called, the GLP-1 injections. I feel like crap. I've got sulfur burps. I've lost 1.5 stone. Has to be done, because I've been losing the same 1/2 stone for 10 years now. So I've lost 1.5 stone anyway, but I feel like crap. I don't feel hungry. It's kicking me in the nuts this week. I need to go eat. I know I need to eat. Just don't have the urge. But these sulfur burps are doing me head in, and I've got a cold. So Feel sorry for me. Right, I'm going to go make some holes. You don't need to see how I make holes. I treated myself. I got myself a little multi-tool. I'm going to pack of heads for it. So that'll be used for putting the socket in. And this is just... I could, in theory, use a big wooden drill bit for the cable size. Because this is super messy and super loud. Sorry, sulfur burps. Yeah, I'm going to just drill a hole in, do it that way, and then feed the cable through the hole. Executive decision. So I'm going to crack on, stop waffling, because I'm a wild procrastinator, but I do get the job done eventually. So this is a intense battery upgrade with inverter and a charge control switchover. Life decisions, you know. I thought it was closer to the finish than I am, but I'm not. Day 4, I think. Day 4. Right, I'm no further on, basically, because the generator charge controller switch that I bought, that I showed you earlier, it's just too small. Every time I try and close it, fucking bits fall out, or, you know, connections fall out, which is obviously a fire hazard, because they're alive, there will be live cables. All the cable management in terms of battery to battery to battery to inverter are done, though I suspect I may need a third battery. Mrs. M will kill me, because it's a continuous 3000 watt inverter, which requires just needs 3 batteries, and I bought 2 to get the output that I need, and I've got room maybe to squeeze 1 more in. She'll fucking kill me. It's 205 quid. Right, that's another problem for another day. I can live without the inverter for now. Maybe next month I'll get the next battery. Same brand, same all that. You're never going to get the same manufacturing date. They just don't come like that. So I bought a new charge controller. I looked on Amazon. I paid 70 odd quid for it. I thought, right, sod it. I need something a little bit bigger so I can get the cables in and tied it up. I'm going to have to throw the other one in the bin because I made another hole in the side of it to get another cable in. This is the size of the new replacement. That's the back of it. That's the internal workings of it. That's the front facing, and then it has the front cover. Just got enough room to get this in behind the passenger seat. The beauty of this is I can get all of those connectors in there, and it's already, if you look underneath, it is already bridged. Remember the one I was showing you? You need to create a short across the 2 options. Don't know why, but in this unit it is already bridged with a big thick copper plate. So live, neutral on 5 and 1, so live into 5, neutral into 1. On the back, set live into 7, neutral into 3. So essentially you're putting your live and your neutral, and at the bottom you're putting your live and your neutral. It's that simple. It's not really, it is not difficult at all to, once you get your head wrapped around what you're trying to do. So one of them is mains power coming in off the mains when the van's plugged in, and this one is coming off the inverter. And depending on which one you choose when you're using this is where the power comes from. Now, I don't think, honestly, I'm probably going to need a third battery. She's going to kill me. I've already spent way too much on this already. It was supposed to be a little £500 job. We're probably sitting around 700 and a smidge with all the industrial level cables I'm sticking in. I'm a belt and braces sort of guy. I don't want to get killed in this. I don't want to set my van on fire. So I'm going to crack on with this now. I'm going to get this wired in. I'm going to drill a hole in the side of this to run the cables, the 2 side cables in for the various power supplies. So the white cable comes from short. The orange cable will be coming in from the inverter. And then I have an orange cable coming back out, which feeds back into the red box of electrical wizardry. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to finish this tonight. I really am. I'm going to finish this tonight. I've done enough waffling. Oh, God, procrastinator. What I have noticed in this little short video that I'm filming, I haven't burped, which is nice. Manjaro burps for the win. To say I'm a happy camper would be just an absolute understatement. I've done it. I've actually done it. It's complete. I now have shore power and inverter power. And it bloody works. It works. My head has been wrecked these last couple of days. You should see. Building a camper meant that I had to buy all these little bits and pieces and tools and what have you, okay? Are you losing power? Let me see. I need to plug you in. I'm back again. A lot of that been going on this week. So I started this on, what was it, Monday? And now it's Friday. And 99% finished. The only thing I need to do now is rebuild the seating area. And the reason I can't finish that is because last year Mrs. M decided to stretch out a little bit and push the frame out. So it's a little bit, I'll show you. So it's a little bit wobbly and it can't be screwed back in. So these are no good anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little series of L brackets and put them in. So let's review. 2 leisure batteries fitted, covers are on loosely, but okay. Shut up, watch. This is a battery thing monitor, but it won't connect to the Bluetooth on my phone for some strange reason. I get to part 1 of 4 and it only goes to 1, so that's a pain in the arse. Not really worried about it, to be honest. So this one here, this comes in, this is the load, and this one feeds into my unit here, and this lead here comes from the inverter, and this white lead, this comes from my shore power, which is currently plugged in, which is what the van is running off at the moment. Everything works. I'll show you the charge controller switch. It's a beast. There she is. Now, this is on shore power or hookup. If I switch that, if we look over, I don't know if you can see it, but that's my Jackery currently charging with an input of 145 watts at 92%, and you can probably see the little blue light. I don't know, you probably can't. But anyway, now if I switch this off, back to the Jackery, 0. Go to the inverter, still 0, and the reason why that is, I haven't turned it on yet, which I can do with the remote, which is here. So if I switch that on, that's the power switched over. And now we can go back to the Jackery. It's building up. 145 watts again. 46, 45, 46. Everything is working, which is amazing. Now, because I'm on inverted power, I have a microwave. Microwave. Stop. Nothing to microwave. Cancel. So I have a socket here. No, sorry. I have a socket here, main socket. What the Jackery is currently plugged in is a socket on the wall there. Can you see it? Yeah, there's a socket there with the cable dropping down. I've added another socket next to the inverter controller. So that's a spare so I can run an extension lead outside if we want to work in the sun. My projector used to be plugged into the Jackery. It's no longer done that way. I've put another socket here, so this is just for the projector. So there's this is my inverter power, shore power, and underneath there, I don't know if you can just see, underneath there is the load power coming out. So if I switch this off to 0 and transfer it back to mains power, that'll run off here, and I can turn my inverter off, which will allow the batteries to charge, the trickle charging off my unit. Was this labor intensive? Oh my god, yes. Would I have paid somebody to do this? I don't think I could afford it to be honest. They would have charged me a fortune. This is the old, what do you call them? Master switch box. So this was just too tiny. Alright, that is massive, but it just simplified life. These, you'd need to be a 5-year-old Chinese iPhone creator to put those together. Now, in terms of tools, I probably put my hands on every tool that I own. I'm not even joking. I've used angle grinders, I've used multi-tool saws, I have used me drills, I've used me L drill, I've used long pezzies, I have stapler. I've still to batten down with wall clips. I want that socket cabled down and tidy out the way so it doesn't get caught on anything if we decide to stuff anything in underneath what less space there is. And I don't need a third battery, so Mrs. M is going to be happy. I'm never going to have a 3,000 watt demand in this motorhome. It is literally just to use the microwave and power our laptops, and they're nowhere near 3,000 watts. I'm not doing arc welding outside on an electric welder. But saying that, I'm happy. I am happy. I am happy I've done it. Blood, sweat and tears. People say blood, sweat and tears. No tears. Probably a lot of snot. But if you look on there, there is blood. There's blood on that. From fucking copper. When you snip and a copper and you push it, when he was pushing it in, it just went right through my thumb. And I bled. But that's it, it's done. I'm going to put a link to everything that I purchased. I'll even put a link to the Halfords batteries I got, but you can get them anywhere basically. It was just convenience. I ordered them online. I went to pick them up a week later because we were away for a week, and they're done. Battery boxes, you can get them on my store. You can get them on eBay. They're good. 6,000 watt pure sine wave. I have these on my TikTok shop as well. You can get them on the link below as well if you want to. You can get them in my other Linktree shop as well. So everything I bought you can buy yourself, and you can do it yourself. It really is easy-ish. When I powered everything on, I did the back of the hand test on the motorhome just to see if I was going to get thrown across the street. Nothing happened. Everything just worked as it should do. So the only thing I have to do now is, like I say, get the little L brackets, put my bed back together, and I am happy. I am one very happy camper because we're heading to Glasgow tomorrow, and we are battery power sufficient. So it'll be a full test next week how we get on. I've learnt some stuff, panicked a lot. This video is done. Next video we'll be discussing our life with a Jackery, maybe. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this just feels like the old days when I was building the camper. This is just amazing. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. And thanks for watching. Bye!